We want to sit up here and overreact to any little thing that somebody calls out. If you do something and somebody's pointing out that might not have been the best thing, that's not them castigating you. That's them pointing out that what you did in this particular instant ain't necessarily working. Now, I cover sports, and we're sitting up here and we're going to talk. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about a mindset. We're talking about what it takes to win. I've been covering some of the greatest players that has ever lived. God bless the soul of Kobe Bryant. I talk to Michael Jordan all the time, Derek Jeter, so many different people that have been phenomenal and great. Their mindset before anything else was accountability. They knew it was up to them to go out there and be their best. They knew it was up to them to absorb responsibility when they weren't their best. They knew that you don't cut corners in order to get to whatever promised land you're aiming to get to. And for me in this business, even now, as I sit here and First Take has been incredibly successful, you know, I've started my own podcast. I'm doing all of this stuff. I got my own production company. I'm investing in myself. I'm taking a shot. I'm taking a risk. Why am I doing that? Because it was important to me. It was important to me. I knew that of all the things that I accomplished, this is where surrounding yourself with the right company and being around a lot of people help propel you, because it helps you discover what you're made of and how you got to find out about yourself. I've known this man for over 25 years now. The people that I mentioned, I knew for a very, very long time. Shaq and others included as well. Actors and actresses, people that are successful in the business community and what have you. As I sat up there and watched them, what I marveled about them most, including you, Steve, wasn't just your gift, your comedic genius. It was the courage you had to bet on yourself. At some point in time, when you talk about investing, when you talk about being an entrepreneur, we're up here talking about a mindset and what your mindset is supposed to be about. If you're distracted with all the you don't have an opportunity to discover what's inside of you and how you can ultimately elevate yourself from really mastering what's inside of you, because you preoccupied with BS. You can't pull it off because small things are preoccupying your mind and your focus and your heart. And the big things that are out there for you, you didn't go after because somewhere in the crevices of your mind, you couldn't find the time. You know why you didn't find the time? Because you wasn't focused. You didn't find the time because somewhere along the way, you wanted to be distracted. We don't say this enough. You got cats out here that want to be distracted. You want to watch TV. You want to hang out with your friend. You want to chase females. You want to do a lot of different things that all of us have been guilty of at some point in time or another. But you want to do those things because to plant your feet into the ground and get focused on what you want to do, at some point in time, you're going to have to answer the bell. You're going to have to answer the call. And you have to find out what you're made of. And when I think about what I'm doing with my life now, I'm taking a big risk because I made a little paper. I'm not broke. But I decided I'm going for it all. And why did I decide I'm going for it all? Because I looked myself in the mirror and I said, it's the one thing in my life I haven't done. I went after this job. I went after this title. I went after this salary. I went after this career move. I went after this status in the business. But I never planted my feet and said, I'm going to take a chance on me and bet that I'm going to be here. I'm going for it. I'm taking that risk because I've worked and I've put forth the due diligence to make it happen. Are you doing that? And if you're not doing that, why are you not doing that? Is it because you're unfocused? Is it because you're scared? Is it because you don't believe in yourself? Or is it because it's easier to try and drag people down to where you are rather than elevating and lifting yourself up? Got to ask yourself that question.
Yeah. The reason I come here every year is because when I look out in this room, I see me. Man, you know what really got me started on success was Amway. I bought an Amway kit for $86 when I was 21 years old. And you know the reason I bought that Amway kit? Because I went to this Amway convention and I heard these people say they wanted to be rich. And I went down because my whole life, I just had a friend of mine down in my ranch down here below Atlanta, and we were talking. We've been friends 50 years. We met in 1974 when I went to college. Do you know what he told me this week? And I forgot I told him. He said, Love used to tell me all the time, you're going to be rich. Because I've been wanting to be rich for a long time. And I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you how I know how you feel. I wanted to be rich because I was exhausted from poverty. I had had enough of this. I was up to here with it. I was tired of looking in the window and couldn't afford nothing in there. Tired of driving past the car lot and I can't buy one. Tired of fixing my car when clearly they make cars every day that don't need fixing. I wanted to know what it felt like. Can I just buy that car? Can I have that house? Man, my daddy used to take us to look at Christmas lights in the suburbs. And I used to drive down to see these lights, and all them houses had them horseshoe driveways. I asked my daddy one time, I said, Daddy, why don't we get one of them houses with that driveway? Because, you know, I'm from the hood, you had to back in, pull out, just straight in. I said, why don't we get a house with the horseshoe, with that driveway on it? He said, boy, I can't afford no house like that. But if you work hard, you can get one. He said, if you work hard, you can get one. But I also know I needed money. See, you all sitting in here today, not because of money, but you want to better yourself. You want something more for you and your family, and you thirsty for it. And I'm telling you right now, if you're sitting in here and you have the mindset, I will never ever quit, this will happen. I'm just telling you flat out. But you got to make up your mind. I will never ever quit. I don't give a damn what pop off. Hey man, you can talk about me. You can write what you want about me on the internet. When you get through writing that down, watch me. That God I serve, he keep me going like that. You can write down here all you want, but you keep your eye on Steve Harvey. That God I serve got me on the escalator, man.